Good morning, YouTube. It is Saturday morning, and we are back with some more Kerbal Space Program. Again, we're going to be doing Kerbal Space Program for a few weeks, months, maybe. We'll see how long it lasts. We are in career mode. It's going to be our final playthrough on the YouTubes of career mode before Kerbal 2 comes out. We got really excited about this because we've been watching Twitchy, and his second video of his new series is out now, so go check that out if you haven't already. And thanks for the shout out, Twitch, if you're watching this. Anyway, we are like I said, hard mode. Hard mode is hard. We already lost 2 Kerbals. Let's go and review what we've done so far. Let's see where we would do that at. Mission control. I believe we can archives. There we go. These are the missions we have completed. Actually did pretty good. We've only failed one. Unfortunately, that was one where we had to take some tourists up. Unfortunately, we killed our first 2 tourists, so it might not do very well for the future of our tourist program, so we'll have to see how that goes. So, yeah, that was a bit of a hit on our reputation as well. But we have escaped the atmosphere. We have did a flyby of the moon. Bob Kerbin was on that mission. Gathered a bunch of science data from various places, orbited Kerbin, and did some tests. Okay, so we don't have any current contracts. It's good, but we have a bunch of. We can now take 7 missions. Is what I'm trying to say, because we upgraded our command center, so we can go up to a maximum of 7 missions at a time. So let's start picking some missions. We've got a few here. Some basic ones here. Should be able to do relatively easy space around Kerbin. I mean, it's not exactly prestigious or really high amount, but it should be relatively easy. So we'll grab that one. That should just happen as we're doing some other ones. We need to explore Kerbin. And I believe this might not be a stock mission. That might be a mission. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin. Oh, I'm going on orbital spacewalk. Okay. I'm sure we can get that done, especially if we can get a mission where we save a Kerbin, because that would probably count as rendezvousing 2 vessels in orbit. We do have all these ScanSat. ScanSat is the one mod I have that adds extra parts, science, and stuff like that, which I haven't had a chance to explore too much, but that was a suggestion by Twitchy, and I like it because it gives me something new to check out. We haven't really had the opportunity to check it out yet, though, so not sure how we're gonna do with any of those. I'm gonna skip that for now until I have a better understanding of it, or we feel like we need to experiment with it. But oh, hey, some people are still interested in taking us touristy thing. So, oh, but he wants to fly by the moon. Yeah, we could probably do that. What do these guys want to do? Fly by the moon, orbit around Kerbin, space flight on Kerbin. Oof. Here's 2. Suborbital and orbit. Orbit and suborbital. Okay. We could probably get 2 tourists into orbit. Let's take that one. We'll definitely manage that. And what is this one? Fly by the moon. 2 fly by the moons. Maybe we'll come back for that one. We'll see. Temperature scan survey of the moon. Definitely not. Atmospheric. I'm not a big fan of surveys because they take a lot of time and I'm not that great at it. But there we go. We've got an active 3 active missions now. So we do need to get some tourists. Oh, what did we just take? I just took another one. Didn't necessarily mean to. Did I just... temperature survey of the moon. Well, I guess we're doing that survey. That's not even a highly prestigious one. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if that contract ever gets completed or not. It might just sit there for a while. And we have some science. I don't know if we had any major suggestions on how to spend that science. Would check that right now, but yeah. Let's go. Oh, yes. We have 110. We can either go with some additional science stuff or additional heavy rockets. That could. Aerodynamics, advanced construction could be nice. Give us some fairings if we wanted to get some satellites and clunky stuff up into orbit. Which might not be a bad idea, because then we could actually start using that ScanSat stuff. Aerodynamics, I think we'd probably want to get these basic ones first. Well, the other option is I could just take these two and we could have this whole tier of unlocks all done. Now, do these give me any additional science? This would give me an EVA experiment kit. If I was going to land on the moon, I would definitely want to have that. It would also be nice to have those docking ports if we were going to start a space station of sorts. What does this give me? Any special science? It does give me the multispectral scanner, which I have no idea how to use yet. But we'll figure it all out. Oh, so I'm still uncertain as to which one I will want. Okay, so actually let's leave that for a second. Go back over to our available contracts and maybe decide from here by picking some more missions. So we do need to do a ScanSat survey of the moon. ScanSat survey of Memnus. These are things that we could take. A ScanSat survey of Kerbin. Let's take that. If we have these, maybe it will force us to start doing these things. ScanSat, low resolution. Which was the one I just took? Multispectral. Oh, I took the multispectral. Okay. Well, let's do low resolution to Kerbin as well. Maybe we'll figure this one out. The atmospheric survey. If I did these atmospheric surveys, it would definitely force me into taking on some aeroplane stuff. 1900 meters. So, do we want to do a little bit of aeroplane stuff, or do we want to stick with the space stuff today? That is the good big question. But since we're going to do that, we need the multispectral scanner to do the multispectral thing, I believe. Is there another way to do the Okay, well, let's just get the scanner thing here. Oh, if I do that, I'm going to really want that fairing, which is right here. Airstream protective shell. Maybe we will start with this. Okay. Pulled the trigger. I pulled that trigger. We're going to go with that. We'll see. Let's go build us a spaceship. Or a rocket. And work on a particular... So we're going to work on those ScanSat things first. Or... Oh, hey, you know what we should do first is probably do the tour bus. We'll load that up. That ain't much of a tour bus. Where is... I don't know. There should be a... Oops. Let's grab it from there. There should be a way to have our tourists in there. So we need this. There we go. That should help. Got a little bit of science on there just to be... how many parts can we... Well, we still only have 30 parts. So let's pull that science off since this is strictly a tour. And we don't need to worry about that. Science, that is. And we probably already got that science from space anyway, so... Let's replace these guys with some heavier solid thrusters. Let's see, but the biggest solid thruster we have right now is the Thumper. Put that there, and that is... nope, it's crooked. We don't want crooked. There we go. Now we will copy that around in a four-way symmetry. There we go. And we still... How many parts are we up to now? We still have Space Force. A few more parts. Oh. What engine do we have on here? is this? That's a swivel. That's good. Okay, that's actually what I want. Well, that should do pretty good. Do you believe we only have the 2 tourists right now? Yes, we only have the 2 tourists at the moment. We're going to send Munbar, our new pilot, since we have eliminated our other pilots accidentally. And since we got those 4 parts left over, let's just add a little aerodynamics to our... There we go. That should help a little bit. Our aerodynamics and our thrust. There we go. Double checking. I don't think we have enough parachute to hold all this up as they're coming down, so we might need to add, we might need to remove these. Let's take those back off. Let's go with extra parachutes because we want safety. Safety for our tourists. We do already have 2 drogue chutes, but let's actually increase that to 3. There we go, 3. And we'll go with 2 of the larger chutes. Now 2. Let's get 2 on there. And that plus the one on the tip should be plenty good for things. Now we only got 1 part left over, and that's gonna be good. I mean, I could throw some fireworks on there for the tourists, but I think we'll skip that. Tour bus. Go ahead and resave that, and that should be plenty good to get us into orbit. All right. Let's double check our staging before we head out. We combine that stage. That stage can also be combined. And we probably want our drogue chutes to go very first. We also want that separation of that stage whenever we do the drogue chutes. There we go. That looks good. That looks good to me. I hope it looks good to you because I think that's what it's going to be. Let's save that again so we save our staging and don't have to redo that if we end up reusing this for some more tourism. So these guys got to go on a little orbit of Kerbin. I think we'll be good. We got a pilot on board. Let's go ahead and give this a launch. Now this, I believe something similar to this managed to go all the way up to the moon and back. So it should have no problem getting into orbit and back. Alright, Munbar. Let's show them you got the stuff. Let's go for a morning launch. Swap around to sunrise. Go. And we're just going to be going for the easiest possible orbit here. I think there isn't much to do except say 3, 2, 1, go! No reverts, no quick saves, so it is what it is. Hopefully we're not going to get going too fast here. I didn't think to turn these down any. Let's see how far they get us up. We got a little bit of spin here, so I'm just going to let that go. Not going to try to stabilize that. I'm just going to let it burn straight up. Let's turn our SAS on and let's see if we can... Oh shoot, I accidentally lost that. We might have to do this again. I did not mean to drop that additional rocket stage there. Totally forgot that I had to put my thrust on, and since we are definitely gonna have to do this again because we need that Delta V. Oh, we do have science that we can get though. What is going on there? EVA report. No thank you. We are going to have to do this again, so we'll just let it continue straight up. or more or less straight up. Yeah, that's not going to be too bad. Here we can do a sideways burn of some sorts. In fact, maybe we can get over on the land and get a little bit of land data science. Here we go. Oop. Come on. Gotta remember to use the nav ball to steer. That helps. There we go. That's the way I wanted to go. And we'll just go ahead and release that and activate the drogue chutes. So that will happen as we come back down. We're going to be coming down and then relaunching this as soon as it is recovered. Unfortunately, our tourists did not get the chance to complete their tour. We didn't even make it into space because we accidentally dropped that engine stage because I forgot to throttle up. Gotta remember how to play. So throughout this week, I have been mainly focusing on a new game that me and the crew have been playing called Deep Rock Galactic. And we'll be streaming that later with the wife and the crew. I presume that Knock will be joining us and maybe somebody else. Maybe Dark or maybe Bard. They both have that now as well. So unfortunately the groups can only be up to 4 players, so either we'll have to take turns or we'll just see. We'll just see. There's the drogue chutes activating. We go ahead and speed this up now. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be safe. Oop, and let's deploy all. Get that science. Keep. No, okay. No, but yeah, we're not going to do the EVA report. Although, go ahead and activate that second parachute, and maybe we can get that EVA report. Why not? We're going slow enough. Keep that. Reboard. Haha! A little daredevil experience there. To get us a little bit of science. Make this worth something so that it isn't a complete loss. And then we're on time warp 4. We're going to go ahead and wait for it to touch down. We've got all the parachutes. All the parachutes. And we still are moving at a nice... Okay, well, it's a good test of the parachute system. We're still moving at a 5.1 meters per second, even with all those chutes, which is okay. That's good. We should touch down nice and safely. I'm going to go ahead and keep the heat shield on, even though it weighs a lot, because we don't need the extra... You know, don't need to be extra slow, and that's going to give us a little bit of more money back from our... Oops. EVA report. We'll go ahead and grab that. Keep that. We have no way to get back up in there, but we can go ahead and recover that vessel now. I think that's only going to recover Munbar, so we're going to probably have to manually go in and recover our tourists and the rest of the vessel. Giving us another 20 in science. And Munbar got some ribbons. Nice. Mach 4, dangerous. Oh, he did dangerous EVA. Nice. G-Force ribbon. Nice. Passenger transport ribbon and solid fuel booster ribbon. Nice. Not too bad. Okay, let's go into the telemetry station, and that's... Yeah, there's our rest of our... Let's go ahead and recover the rest of that. Recover. There's our other crew report. A little bit more science accrued from that, and a bunch more, and our tourists are back in the... are back at mission control again. Alright, back out of that. Now the other thing I was thinking, do we have the money to upgrade our tracking station? We kind of do. But it's not going to leave us a lot left over for our engines, but I'm gonna risk everything and spend the 300,000 to upgrade our tracking station, because that's gonna finally give us the ability to add maneuver nodes and all the other fun things that we're missing. That are, well, fun things, useful things that I have been missing out on but that's major upgrade there. Major upgrade there. We're going to go ahead and let's see, make sure the crew is correct here. Let's go ahead and relaunch this, so because everything should be fine. All I have to do is remember to throttle up so that I don't think that my engine isn't staged. So let's maximize our throttle right now. Turn our SAS on, so maybe this time we won't gain that spin, and we can start our circularization move a little earlier. Alright. Alright, Moonbar, take 2. In 3, 2, 1, go! I'm gonna start nudging it, trying to nudge it. So now we're still getting a little bit of spin. Not sure what that is from. Everything looks balanced, but might have been smart to turn down the thrust on my solid fuel boosters a little bit, because all these wind effects that you're seeing are not ideal. It's causing a lot of drag and we're losing some of our energy that way. So this time when I release those, now we can start nosing over this way a bit. I'm bringing it down to about a 10-degree arc if I can, or what does that say? Yeah, 10 degrees off of straight up. If I can, bring it down to about there. I'll switch that over to an orbital reading. And let's open up our map and we'll be able to see our apoapsis way up there already. Let's turn our thrust off because we are more than high enough. We are already on a trajectory more than high enough above Kerbin to get our orbit. And we will hold off. In fact, we are almost into space. What can we do here? EVA. No, we're not going to EVA at this dangerous height. Although there's very little drag right now. Might, if I did it really fast. Ooh, let's do it. And EVA, keep it. We got the EVA before we exited the atmosphere. We jump back in. Now we can deploy all again, which is EVA in space. Keep it. All right. Munbard earning his points here, earning his stripes by doing some more dangerous EVA maneuvers here. All right, as we're coming up, I want to get down, and when our let's see here, when we are about 30 seconds from our apoapse, I think that's when we want to start our burn. Currently 1 minute out. And we want our burn to be pretty much lateral. Lateral, I'm not sure about there. Let's watch our map a little bit more. So we're 5 seconds from now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the burn. Alright, let's watch from the map again because we're going to need to know, are we making orbit? And we should have no problem making orbit with the amount of fuel on board and getting back out of orbit. So hopefully we're going to complete our contracts this time. Let's follow our prograde now instead of just keeping it stable. And as we pass our apoapse, I'm going to go switch back to stability assist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, staging for that last stage. Going to drop that other stage. It's going to deorbit just nicely. Or, well, fall back to Kerbin, that is. As we finish circularizing our orbit. And hopefully we're going to have enough fuel to get back out of orbit. But now that we have our tracking upgraded, we're going to know exactly when. There we go. We are in orbit. It's not perfectly circularized orbit, but it's an orbit nonetheless, which should complete our contracts as soon as orbit space flight. Yes, contract's complete. Now, I think there. Oh, well, I didn't really bring. This is definitely not the vessel for science, so let's not worry about that. But let's try to come down in a place where we might be able to get just a tiny bit more science. So somewhere on this continent would be ideal. So let's switch around to retrograde, since our contract is complete there. And let's try to land over here somewhere. So I guess I kind of need to be watching the map when I do this, but there we go. That should bring us down somewhere on this landmass, I'm hoping. And if all goes well, we need to go ahead. I think we need to go ahead and ditch this engine because we want the lower weight, and which is going to give us a higher drag as we re-enter. But let's wait till we actually hit the atmosphere. So let's zoom ahead. Oh, I missed some. Yeah, let's collect all that up. I missed some potential science there, I think. We'll have plenty of opportunities for it again, though, I would imagine. Well, anyway, we're back in the atmosphere again. So do I want to save that thruster? I think I don't. I think I want to test out whether or not this is going to do what I think it's going to do. So obviously we already have a higher drag because you can see that engine is speeding off ahead of us as we are slowing down a little bit faster than it. But let's go ahead and do the time warp again. Oh, my voice isn't really there for that. Maybe I need more coffee. Now our drogue chutes should deploy automatically once we reach the proper altitude, and our heat shield is doing its job very nicely, protecting our tourists. And it does look like we are going to be over that landmass like I was hoping. Yep. No problems there. No serious issues with reheating, and we are slowing down pretty rapidly. There we go. Now we're into the thick atmosphere, and slow down because we have a crew report that we can take. Thank you, crew report. Keep that. Select all. Another crew report. Nice. Keep it. We're getting some science. We're getting some progress here, and we managed to finish a contract. That's going to give us some more money, which we really need. We need that money, especially since we just spent a bunch of our money in order to... Of course, I could do another EVA report. Should we do another? Go ahead and... Come on. Deploy the final chutes here. We're still moving very fast, so I don't think it would be a smart idea to send Bob out for another EVA. But wait until all those chutes deploy, and maybe I will go ahead and do that. The drogue chutes deploy at 25,000. I mean, 2,500. And then the other chutes should deploy at 1,000, although the ground looks like it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now that we're going nice and slow, I feel that it's okay to go ahead and get that EVA report. Keep it. Munbar he's a daring pilot. He's a very daring pilot. He likes to jump out of the pod all the time. Alright, let's warp it again and get down to the ground and complete our mission. And we got... Oh, hey. We didn't do that. I thought for a second we had finished this one, and no, we have not. Now that we've got a tourist mission out of the way with relative success, I think it is time to build our first satellite. So as soon as we can get these guys back to this, back to the KSP, back to the, yeah, Mission control. We'll get these guys back. Except I might do another, yep, EVA, select all, deploy all. Oh, did it again. He falls off. He likes to fall. I need to put a ladder there or something. EVA report. Oh, it's probably because I'm on time warp 4. That probably doesn't help. Keep that experiment. Okay, well anyway, let's recover that. We're gonna have to go get to the rest of the pod from the telemetry station again, which is fine. A little more science gained from his recovery, and I should get more science yet. Nothing happened. Okay. When I recover the tour bus itself. Recover! Ah, there we go. 66 science. Okay, now we're talking. And some funds back. And our tourists back. Yay! All completed. That should complete our mission. And give us our rewards from that. So we now have 66.5 science again, and we could spend on some aviation or flight controls. Flight controls not so important because it doesn't give us all that much. But the aviation does give us a whole lot of just parts to work with, and I kind of want that. I kind of want those parts to work with. Shall we? Shall we do it? Or shall we save up for one of these other things? I think we'll save up for one of these other things for now, because we are not really doing flight science at the moment. Let's take a quick look at our missions, see if there's anything really interesting that we want to grab while we're here. Another ferry to tourists. Fly by the moon. Okay, well that's the same one we had before. These actually don't look like they've changed a whole lot. Landed at Kerbal on the launch site. Just looking real quick here, see if there's anything that we really just need. I'm gonna go with no. There's not. Okay, well, except for maybe survey amendments. Okay, the no more surveys for Kerbal. We need to get this Kerbal survey done, I'm thinking. So let's start all fresh and new. Let's start fresh and new. We're gonna start with a Probodobodine core, because this is gonna be a satellite. We don't want it. It does need to be manned. We do want to have a bit of maneuverability once it gets up in there, so we'll probably take a small fuel tank. Maybe we want a little more a nicer look. Although we are working with only 30 parts, so it might not be the best to attempt to make it look pretty. Yeah, let's not worry about pretty just yet. Let's just go ahead and give it... Maybe we'll give it a little bit more fuel than that. There we go. Because that'll be the final stage. And we may eventually... Hopefully it'll have plenty of fuel left to readjust its orbit later, if the contract comes up for that. And that would be nice. And control... and then of course we need an engine on there. We'll give it the little engine that could. Alright, now let's get the science. So it's gonna take... Does that not have a snap? It doesn't snap, okay. Guess we'll stick it on there and then we'll use the move tool to line it up. Come on, you. Absolute local. No, absolute's good. I just need to turn it off a snap. I can slowly... Come on. Slowly bring it down till it looks like it's actually connected. There we go. That looks good. Maybe bring it up just a touch. There we go. Now it looks perfect. Okay, now that's on there. We need that multispectral scanner too on here somehow. Oh, cool. That part is not too large. Ah, good. We can just kind of stick that on the side there. Ooh, maybe. Maybe what we want to do is rotate it so that it... And I'm not worried about clipping here, but yeah, we'll do something like that. And then maybe we'll do the move. Click back to snap. So we can get it nice and lined up. There we go. I'm just going to bring it back in just a little bit. Come on, back. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just let it stick out that much, because I think we're going to put this in a fairing before we wrap it all up. And now we want to make sure we get all the other sciences on here too, so we'll go ahead and throw atmospheric scanner, temperature gauge, and radio antenna. What is this? How does this even work? Extend? Oh, that looks neat. Okay. Retract it back in for a second. Well, it looks pretty awesome. A little clipping where I have it there. I mean, if I put it out here, it's gonna look... it's not that much better. Guess my question about that is it going to get burned up by the engine if I don't extend it for us? Of course, we can extend it once we get up into this space. Now, is that just a better version of this? That's the radio antenna, and that's the radio antenna. Radio antenna? Radar altimeter. I guess I need to actually look at the words before I open my mouth. That's the radar altimeter, and this is a radar antenna. So maybe it's one or the other? Or maybe they both do the same thing? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. Unfortunately, I don't see Twitchy in the chat to tell me what's going on. Unfortunately, I missed his last stream. I'm so sad about that. I have to go back and watch that, but... I don't think I really want to spend the money to put goo up there. And I don't really want to spend the money on a Science Junior and the weight, because that's gonna, well, it's not that much weight, but it is a little more weight than I want to put into it. Alright, so let's move up. That's all the science we're going to get on here. Let's move up into communications, because even though those say antenna, I bet they're not going to communicate. So let's go ahead and throw 2 antennas on there. We're also going to need a way to collect power. So, electrical, all we got is the tiny solar panels. So let's go with 8 of them, and can we rotate them this way? We can. So that should help. Now again, we're going to have more clipping there, but oh well. But that should keep us with a little bit of power at all times. And maybe it'd be a good idea to have a battery on there. Well, that does not look good. Maybe we'll take that off for a second. We'll put the battery up here. And then... Ooh, don't want 8 of those. 1's enough. 1 is enough. We'll recenter that again. That actually looks pretty good. Alright, so now we got some communication, we got some power generation, and anything else that need to be on this. How many parts are we up to already? We're already up to 19 out of 30 parts. Jeebus. Oy, 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 oy. Hopefully we will not have to upgrade our, well, even if we do have to upgrade our construction bay here, that'll be fine if we have the money. I'm not sure we have the money to do so yet, so which could mean that putting this fairing on here could be a problem. Well, for one, we would need to start with a decoupler. before we even did that, and then we would probably put the fairing on. But that's one more part that we might not be able to afford. We'll see. Let's see here. Fairing. There we go. A nice little pod. Let's grab that main part, move it way up a little bit so we have room to work below. Now let's go with the largest possible fuel tank we have, which should be this guy now. Yep. Yes, that is the largest possible fuel tank we have. And an engine to go on that, which will be the swivel. Oh, that's gonna look really weird. Ew. Or we could do these guys. Problem with that is part limit. Part limit, we have to keep an eye on a part limit. We could do a swivel. This is gonna look very strange. And then another decoupling. Yeah, okay. And then what is our biggest solid thruster? We could do that. And then we got what? 5 more parts. Okay, so if we just did that, the problem with this, the problem I see with this is I have no stability, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't have any fins on this, so that could be bad. And how is our thrust to weight ratio here? Pretty high. Oh, well, that would need to come down to here. And yeah, really high. So let's turn our thrust limit down to about, let's hit right on the 60, and we'll have to get the one on the middle. Turn it to 60 as well, so they all burn out at the same time. Go 60. That brings our thrust to weight ratio down approximately what I would like to see. Around 1.3. Between 1.2 and 1.3 is what I like to see. I don't know how all this, I don't know if this is going to work at all. We're going to go with it. Hopefully my stabilization is going to be able to keep that stable enough. So fairing, I'm thinking, yeah, fairing would probably be the next stage after that engine kicks in, and then that and that can also be at the same stage. Okay, we will call this, what shall we call this? Polar Sat. We'll call it the Polar Sat for now, because I'm gonna attempt to get it into a polar orbit. So going straight up's probably fine. I don't need to turn at all until we get out of the atmosphere and start to circle or change our orbit. Now I don't believe, yeah, I only have the one launch site because I don't have the additional launch sites. I believe that's part of one of the DLCs, and I don't have the DLCs, so let's go ahead and save and launch. Let's give it a shot. I mean, what's worse can happen? We lose a bit of money from blowing up a rocket. It never stopped SpaceX, right? Don't forget, we want to have our SAS on to try and keep us stable, because we have no fins or anything else to keep us stable. Alright, let's there's much else to do except 3, 2, 1, go! And again, as long as I keep my fingers off the controls and just let it go straight up with those solid thrusters. And then once we stage, we'll have our swivel engine, which has a gimbal, and that'll be able to keep us pointed the direction we want to go. And looks like we're tilting off a little bit in the northerly direction, which is fine because we do want to eventually get to a polar orbit, as long as we don't tip over too far. Don't forget to maximize my thrust before I stage. So that slight north tip is kind of beneficial. There we go, staging, and gimbal is holding us just fine. Or, I mean, not gimbal, but yeah, well, gimbal, yeah. Now let's check our Apple apps here. We are not even out into space yet, but that's okay. I think we'll get there. We got a lot of fuel in this stage, so we'll get our Apple apps up into space, and then we'll start worrying about fixing our orbit the way we want it here. We can start tipping over to the north though, and back. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Looking good. Apple apps is almost into space. Lots of fuel left, which is excellent. I don't know what altitude we actually need to do these scans. There we go. We're actually up in space at the moment. So let's cut our engines, wait till we get a little bit closer to the Apple apps. We're going to head for prograde at this point. Actually, do we need to go prograde? No, it's stability. Oh wait, we need the thruster on to do that maneuver, and we're going to go like that. Start getting our orbit more circular and more polar. Okay, I'm going to cut that engine now because we are almost in a good polar orbit here. I'm not exact, so we'll probably want to go back to prograde. So let's go with the stability assist and go straight north. Got a lot of burning to do, so I'm going to just go ahead and burn that out. Let's see if we can get that even more polar here. Get the prograde marker right on the northern line, and that's pretty close. Oop. We can go ahead and get rid of our fairing now and start extending our antennas so that we don't lose total control. Switch to stability assist. We can't get that. Keep that right on the northern. Whew, I don't know. Yeah, no, we should be okay. We should be okay. Gotta hurry up and circularize before we fall back into the atmosphere, though. That would be good. It looks like we're gonna be okay. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Almost there. The Apple apps is starting to whip around. There comes the periapse, and boom, we're in a polar orbit. Nice. Managed to do it, and we still have fuel in this stage, which is excellent because now we can hold on to that. And hopefully we got enough power here to do all of our stuff. So we can go ahead and no science experiments available. But we can start doing our multispectral scan. Start the scan? Sure. How does that do on our power? Okay, let's keep that power open. Well, now that we're up here, oh, we also can deploy this. Start the scan? Sure. Can we scan with this one too? Start the radar scan. Oh, that's radar as well. Okay, so those two are probably the same thing. I didn't need both of them. Could save one part. Although now we are definitely using power. Now we need to look at... How does this work? I wish you was here, Twitchy. Could totally use your help. What's this button do? Planetary mapping. Okay. What's this button do? Ooh. I have no idea. It looks cool though. High, low, multispectral. Okay, low, high, 0%. Multispectral, 3.3%. Vis low is at 0.4%. Okay. Oh, things are happening over here. Scanning is happening, except we are running low on power already. Alright, what if we... Can we stop that one? Doesn't say we can stop them. Interesting. Not running fast or anything. Biome scan of Kerbin. There's a lot of things to look at here. Okay, what's this one do? Scan overlay. Okay. Let's get all the windows open. What's this one do? Scan instruments, latitude, longitude, altitude, and biome. Okay. Maybe we would have been better at a higher orbit, so we could have got a wider arc of scanning as we were going. And what's this one do? Oh, okay. Oh, that's the settings. Oh, so many things to look at here. Okay, let's close these down. Oh, does this one? This is new too. Okay, didn't see that one. Things are happening. Except we are out of power. Ah, ran out of electrical charge. So now we're just floating and not getting any scans happening, but maybe it does seem to have stopped over here. Like there's no new data coming in at the moment. Right, let's close all these up for a second. Can we retract this? Scan sensor doesn't really say stop the scan. Interesting. Well, where power should come back eventually is, or we should eventually get some more power here. But we got an orbital satellite, which is great. It could also be that we just don't have radio communications at the moment with Kerbin. Not sure. We might need to go ahead and get a communications relay network going. Ooh, there's the pole. And also thinking that maybe I need to go into a slightly higher orbit here with this stuff. Again, this would be great to have Twitchy here to tell me how this works, because I don't understand. Oh, right here, scan altitude. 100 kilometers is ideal. Ah, okay. 70 kilometers ideal for that one. Okay, okay, okay. What about this one? 70 kilometers is ideal for that one. Alright, alright. So low orbit between 100 and 70 is actually what I was looking for. And we are 70 to 100. Okay, so I guess we are fairly ideal there. Fairly ideal for what we got. But I'm thinking I need to let this go. Oh, yeah, we go. 1% low resolution altimetry scan of Kerbin. Okay, okay, okay. It is happening. It's just happening very slowly. This antenna was a mistake. I could have saved myself a little bit of weight or whatever, because this system does not have enough power to run it, and I don't know how to retract it. How do I retract it? Is there a way to stop it? Well, let's come back here. Is that doing anything? No. Zoom map, bitmap, planetary overlay, settings. Oh goodness. So many things to look at here. It's a very complicated mod. Alright, we're just gonna let it go. Let it go, we're gonna go back to Space Center. It's gonna do its thing, hopefully. It's gonna do its thing. And hopefully, eventually, it'll get more power. And if it doesn't work, we can always make a better one and send it up. But I think one of the main things we need to do is... Alright, well, let's look at our contracts real quick. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit. We don't need to do that. We have our temperature scan above the moon. Bioscan current loaders. Okay, those are the only ones we got at the moment. Alright, you know what we need to do? We need to go look at the new contracts. See if we can get something for our Kerbinauts to do. Atmospheric survey of atmospheric survey of Kerbin. Atmospheric survey of Kerbin. Maybe we'll do another tourist mission. We do need to do a flyby of the moon tourist mission. That could be fun. Suborbital and orbit around Kerbin. And a flyby of the moon. Well, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go, guys. We need that monies. We need those monies to upgrade. Yeah, because we need a lot of money to upgrade our assembly building, which is definitely needs to be the next upgrade we purchase. Let's see if we can get a couple of tourists up into... Alright, let's open up the tour bus and see if we can't get a couple of tourists around the moon. So we don't need to worry about science. Do we have parts left over on this? No, we do not. We have one part left over, which I think... Ooh, you know what I could do? Wait, let's see here. That is my biggest tank. Okay. Just add one more tank of liquid fuel to the bottom of that. Parts are maximized. Let's check our thrust to ratio on this first stage. Is still pretty high. Let's bring that down to about there. Let's go with 75, maybe. Check it again. 1.6. Still a little high. Let's bring it down to 70. 1.5. That should be pretty good. That should be okay. I don't want to go too low. So that should get us good. Well, we're going to do a straight moonshot and then use the moon's gravity, hopefully, to circularize our orbit well, not circularize, but get into a Kerbal orbit. And hopefully that'll work. I'm reasonably sure that this will bring our guys back safely. If not, this could be Munbar's last mission. Alright, let's get our tourists loaded into the crew cabin. And we'll go for a moonshot. Save and launch. So we're gonna do our straight to the moon moonshot. The thing that we like to do. Which oh, actually we're pretty much good to go. We are right where we need to be for that launch. So 3, 2, 1, go. No, SAS on fire. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. SAS first, of course. So for this one, we don't need to circularize or any of that stuff first. We're going straight for the moon. We'll do our flyby of the moon. And then hopefully, when we do that flyby of the moon, it'll give us our Kerbal orbit. And then we can deorbit from there with whatever fuel we have left over. Could have switched to a slightly lighter engine for this stage. Oh well. Too late now. Don't forget to throttle up before we stage. Is our staging still good? I didn't even check it. It does look like it's fine, so. Ooh, big boom below us. Nice. As the solid thrusters collide into each other. The tourists seem to enjoy that. So, this would be a good time to point out, if you haven't liked this video or this stream yet, you should go ahead and hit that like button if you are enjoying it. And if not, leave me a comment and tell me what I can do better. That's always nice. Feedback of any sort is great. And good morning, Space Wolf and Dark Sky. And ooh, who's this guy? Yogsfit. Okay. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I missed your comment earlier. Apparently my chat over here was not updating. I have just refreshed it and is now updating fine again. I hope. My apologies if I missed it when you first made a comment. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna run out of fuel in this stage a little earlier than I was hoping for. Can we get our moon interception? That is going to be a big. That's the question here. And it looks like it's not going to be with. Oop! It's not going to be with this stage. So it's going to have to be with this final stage, and we need to make sure we need to save enough to deorbit. Oh my gosh, that feels going fast. We might not get it, guys. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, no, 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 no. Definitely not happening. Oh, not happening. Ooh, save a tiny bit of fuel here. Oh, otherwise this could go really bad. Really, really bad. Yeah, this is not the best situation. Alright. Warp to there. I'm gonna warp up to the Apple apps here. I'm going to spread out our orbit a little bit. This vessel's not quite getting us there. Not Not quite gonna get us there. And let's go stability, assist. Bring it right down to here. We're gonna use that last bit of fuel too. Oh goodness. Oh, that did not help. Oh, this could be the last mission for Mun. This could definitely be the last mission for Munbar. And our tourists, thankfully they signed their NDAs there, or what, NDA? They signed off on this, so here we go. We're gonna have to go retrograde here. Retrograde is what we want. Actually, it doesn't matter because we need to warp to the... Let's find out what's gonna happen here. Because we're coming in fast and hard. Good thing we have that ablator on there. Hopefully that's gonna slow us down some. Oh goodness, and we're heating. We are heating up fast. Can we spin? Ah! Oh! Ah, bummer. There goes Munbar. That was Munbar's final mission. Way too fast of a re-entry. Should have saved a little more fuel to circularize better. Ah, shucks. Mission failed. And we lost another pilot. It was a good pilot too. Munbar was our best pilot. He actually completed a few successful missions before we lost him. Okay, returns the vehicle assembly. Yeah, well actually it doesn't matter now. Nope, nope, nope. We need to go hire a new pilot. Not having very much success with those tourist missions. Hard mode is hard. Alright, astronaut complex. Let's pick a new pilot. Calden? Calden looks pretty courageous. Oh, actually, Kurdos looks even more courageous, and he's a bit more stupid. Alright, we'll take Kurdos. Kurdos. Welcome, Kurdos. You're our new pilot. Ah, goodness. Alright, let's check our missions again. Ferry 3 tourists. No thank you. Goodness. We need to get more science. Ah. I'm debating on what would be the best way to do that at the moment. I could go ahead and buy those flight controls or those aviation parts. Could help out. I'm still trying to... I'm going to hold on to that for now. Well, there is one easy way to get a bunch of science. Let me see something real quick. Do I have any ground? Oh, I don't have any wheels. Ah! I have no wheels whatsoever, which is bad. So if I had some wheels... There's some wheels. I could roll around the Kerbal area here and get some more science. Okay, I'm gonna research this. It gives us more parts. We're gonna unlock those parts. Did I unlock these parts? I did. Apparently. Okay, we're good. All that is good. Oh gosh, look at the funds are so low. Yeah, we need a win. We need a win. Some kind of science. Atmospheric survey. What's the altitudes? It's pretty high altitudes. On the surface. Oh, okay. On the surface is good. How far away are those, though? Hey, we can check that. We can check that by coming over here. Because it'll show us those locations. Where are those locations at? Oh, they're way over here. Way over there. So we'd have to fly over there and land. And then do the science. That'd be a long flight. I don't know if you guys want to sit through all that. don't know if you want to sit through all that. Although, I hope you guys will sit through a quick build of some kind of really crude. I'm going to start out with a pod here. Actually, no, we can. Yeah, we want to do that pod because it's going to be super crude, but give it a wheel to steer with. We can give it some science junior, a goo, and let's see what else we would need for this. We need a bunch of we need some batteries, maybe batteries, I don't know. All the science, we need all the basic sciences. Here we go. That and that. Close enough. We don't need to be really awesome with it, or really too picky with this. We can collect all the material, all the science into the main pod here. But what we really need to do is just make something that we can scoot around with around the KSP. So structural fuselage should be good enough, and then some landing gears or some wheels on the back here. Down one. Where's our center of mass at here? Way to the front. Okay. How can we improve that center of mass? Actually, maybe we don't want to use the structural fuselage so much as we want to actually put a tank on there for the weight, if nothing else. Yeah, there we go. It gives it some weight. So we'll do the liquid tank. That's the little one. I want the big one. There we go. Liquid tank. And I'm going to put some kind of engine on here, just to get us around. Give us a little thrust if we want it. And I believe, does that require an air intake? Do we have an air intake? Well, it would be under aerodynamics, wouldn't it? There we go, circular air intake. We put that on the front. Let's move this so that it's not... can we put it... If we put it right there... Hopefully that won't interfere with Bob getting in and out, because we're going to send Bob to get all of the science. Move these down one notch. There we go. And oh yeah, we're gonna do some electrical. I'm gonna throw some additional power on here, maybe. Put some batteries on there. Throw some solar panels on the top. And an antenna. That'll do. So, hey, message on thing. Sound echoes. Hello from Pennsylvania. Welcome from Pennsylvania. Actually, I'm from Ohio, so I know all about Pennsylvania. Well, quite a bit about Pennsylvania anyway. A great state to visit. Lovely mountains. Alright, so that's going to be our crude, rudimentary science vessel here. That should get us a little bit more science. Alright, This side craft. Save that and launch it. Oh shoot, did I get Bob in there? Hopefully our new pilot didn't jump in the seat. I bet he did. If he did, it's okay. We cover. Yes, Kurdos. I know you're anxious to go on your first mission, Kurdos, but now the question is, can I see? Does this actually have a little bit? It has a little bit of momentum with the engines. Okay. Anyway, let's open this up. We have no science to do there. We can stop it though. Okay. All right. Cover that. Hang on. Let's get Bob into this, because that's going to be a lot more important. Next, done. The other thing I was thinking, maybe it might not be a bad idea, is for Bob to do the EVAs. Yes. But I don't think we have the EVA experiments yet. Let's check that real quick. We do not. Alright, let's switch Kurdos out for Bob. And go ahead and resave that and launch it again. Let's try this again, guys. No? Launch? There we go, launch. Let's see if this will work this time. Now then. Let's open up our experiment. It's available by cake. Looks like we did a science experiment and stuff from the runway here. So let's get off the runway. Let's go ahead and turn our engine on. That'll help get us up to speed faster. We can go at a nice fast 10 meters per second. Ooh, look at all that. Okay, there we go. Deploy all. Keep. EVA report. Keep board. Oh, yeah, while we're moving. Yeah, we're fine while we're moving. Let's go back on the EVA, Bob. We need to reset the material study and reset the goo kit. Oh, click. Did I not observe the material goo? Keep. I gotta collect the data before I restart. There we go. Conduct material study and keep. And collect data and restore. And take the data and board. Oh, and now we're into a new biome. Okay. Now we might want to hit the brakes. Alright, we'll deploy all except the EVA so we can do all that. We'll collect all. And then we will EVA. EVA report. Keep that. Restore that. Restore that. Reboard. And now we're ready to go on to the next area. Okay. Temperature scan, we can go ahead and transmit. Atmosphere scan, go ahead and transmit. Alright, so. Hey there, Millerbug. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let's turn our brakes off and move over to the next little area here. I think, where was this? This was from... That was from that area. I think as soon as we cross that line right there, we should be in a new area. Well, that engine is loud, even though it's not hardly doing anything. And there we go. We're in a new area. Hit that brakes. Deploy all. Oops. Keep. I didn't actually mean to get out of the thing. Collect all. Now we do the EVA report. EVA. Keep. Now we should be able to restore and restore. Reboard. And we're ready to move to the next area. We're going to do this a few more times. Got to go over to the flag post. The flagpole is next. I want to run into it too hard. Brakes! Gotta be like, yeah, oh. There we go. There we are. Deploy all except EVA. Thank you. Keep. Collect all. Now we can do our EVA with our EVA report and restore these guys again. Restore and restore. And board. Okay, that's good. Now, are we going to be able to get off this flagpole? Can we get off the flagpole? Okay, it's gonna be a challenge. Can we not go backwards? Oh goodness. Maybe we can wiggle ourselves loose there. Come on. Push. Yeah, have our engine just push us away from there. That'll work. Hey, we got loose. Alright, come over here to the command center. Hit our brakes. Collect all that up. EVA report. Keep that. And alright, we're doing good. We're going to have a lot of science whenever we get back, whenever we recall this vessel. Yeah, but flagpole did have it out for me for sure. It was not happy to be examined. Alright, so moving on to the science area. Ooh, that's steep. Oh! Well, we weren't expecting that to happen. Okay, I guess that ends that mission. Boy, that's a kind of a steep little drop right there, isn't it? I did not realize it was that steep. Okay, we would have avoided it had we realized. But that's going to end that particular science mission, so let's collect that up. Let's see what we got. Hey TBR, how you going? How's it going, man? Glad to see you. Glad to see you made it there. And we got a little reputation. Bob got a little reputation. Oh, 200 science points. Nice. So how much science did we get to? We got up to 121. Oh, that means we can unlock something new. Something new. What do we want to unlock? That is the question. I am thinking we want to go for the EVA repair kit. The hitchhiker storage, or do we want to get bigger engines? We get bigger engines. Bigger engines would probably help us a lot if we're trying to get to that moon missions with our only 30 part limit count. Let's see what's down here. What does that would give us our EVA experiment kit, but that's not super important at this stage, I don't think. I am kind of thinking that maybe those heavy rockets are probably what we want to go with, because that's going to give us our big engines and the even bigger solid thruster, which would help get us further out into space. Let's do it further out into space without having to increase our part limit yet, because we can't. We don't have the money. We gotta complete some missions now in order to get that money. Or do some new science, do some new milestones. Let's see what we got here for missions right now. Go on an orbital space. So we still need to rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit, and I don't think they're gonna give me the rescue missions until I purchase the one that has the docking port. So maybe that would have been smart to get the docking port science, but. We could go ahead and launch the science vessel again and get a little bit more and get that docking port. What do you guys think? Should we go for another moon flyby, or maybe even moon orbit? We could launch some communication satellites. That's another option, which would be smart. We probably need some communication satellites. Or we could try a VIP mission of fly by the moon again. We could try that. What is this? These are all fly by the moon as well. Actually, there's two that want to go by the moon, and one that just needs to be suborbital. This could be. I mean, it's a good amount of money. It's a good amount of money. I think we really need the money too. I'm gonna take it, and hopefully we don't completely fail here, because if we do, we're in big trouble, because we're running out of credits here. Oh, you know, I probably should recover that. It did not seem to have any science, but it does give us a little bit of our money back. Tiny bit of money back is always good. Something. So let's see what we can work with 31,000 credits. That's a very low amount of credits there, or roots, or whatever you want to say, because go for a moon flyby. Alright, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're definitely going to do a moon flyby. Let us open our tour bus vessel that we built earlier. Obviously, this isn't going to get us there. We know this isn't going to get us there, but if we switch those solid boosters out with our new kickback boosters, actually, you know what I should do? I should just rebuild this from this stage down. From this stage down, we can rebuild this. And we will go with a big tank of fuel. Ooh, you know what? We want to keep our aerodynamics on this somewhat. So, aerodynamics, or no, what is it? Structural. Is it this? Yes, it is this right here. Oh, first we need to put an engine on this stage. So this is just going to get a little, what's it called? Terrier. Get a little Terrier on there. That's going to keep our weight down. It doesn't need to have a lot of thrust on that stage. If everything goes as planned, and then we'll put that on there. Then we can add our converter there. And then now we can go with a big tank of fuel. A big tank of fuel. And we want to make sure that we're going to get our moon orbit no problem. Layman communication. No need to worry about any of that yet. Let's get a big engine on there. Let's go with a poodle for this stage. That looks like it might work. Do another decoupler. That's a separator. I need the decoupler. There we go. Big decoupler. And then we'll go with another big tank or two of fuel with the large engine on. Let's move this up so we can have some space. That's gonna get us to the. That's gonna get us by the moon. Surely that'll get us by the moon, right? And then, all right. So that can be combined. That can be combined. That's all good. How are we doing on parts? We still got 10 parts to work with. That's excellent. Which means we can put some decouplers on here. And the big rockets. Or the big boosters. The kickbacks. Make sure that we're lined up. It is lined up. I'm going to grab that off and I'm going to copy rotation. Oh, our weight's too high now. Dang it. Maybe if we only do 3? Ooh, okay, that puts us up to the weight limit for our launch pad. And this could be interesting. Could be interesting. All right, let's get our tourists in there. Now, which ones needed? Hang on. Need to open this up. Which ones needed to go by the moon? So Puttus Puttis needs to go by the moon. And Gusney needs to go by the moon. These two need to go by the moon. The other guy just needs a suborbital flight. He'll go on a separate flight later if this one is successful. Okay. Alright. I think that's good. I do have some parts to work with. A few extra parts to work with, so... What should we do? Should we throw some science on there just in case? I'm pretty sure I got a barometer reading and things when I went by the moon last time, so I'm not worried about that. What we will do is go ahead and put some caps on these. Yeah, why not? Give it a little more aerodynamics. And I should still have a... Oh, that pretty much ends the part limit. You know what would be better than those? Fins. This is gonna prevent us from spinning out and getting going unstable, which is probably more important. That'll keep our stability up. So those thrusters aren't gonna go. These solid thrusters aren't gonna last all that long. All right, so this and this can kick off at the same time. So, okay, checking our staging, double checking our staging. Alright, we're good there. Part limit's still good. Weight limit's good. I think we're ready for a new save of the tour bus. The new tour bus is ready to take a tour. Okay, let's see here. Let's launch it. No, unable to launch. Can't afford. I can't afford that vessel. Oh. Okay, there's a solution for that though. There's a solution for that. So in order to afford that vessel, we can accept another mission. Let's just do skipper, thud. Skipper, I already have a skipper on there, so if I accept this mission, I'll get advanced 5,000 and okay, yeah, let's do that. And that's good. That should be enough to get us a launch. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is move my skipper down into this stage, and then I won't throttle up until I release those. So now we got enough to launch this. If this mission goes bad, that could end our entire career. Cross your fingers, guys. It's getting hairy. It's getting Kerbally. Oh boy. Well, at least it's not even really stable on the launch pad. Oh my god, look at it wobble. Look at it wobble. Oh boy. And are we still in a good position to launch? No, we are not. It would be a terrible time to launch. Although, do these guys need to orbit Kerbin as well? It's a good question. Do they need to orbit Kerbin? Orbit around Kerbin. At least one of them does. At least one of them does. So we could go for a circularization orbit and then a moon encounter. I think we got enough fuel on this to do that. Let's see. We're on the launch site. We're ready for a test of the skipper engine. This is a skipper, right? Yes. Make sure I didn't mess up too bad there. Okay. What do you think, guys? Circularization first? We should have plenty of fuel this time. I do like to do my straight shots, but I think we're going to go for circularization first. Just so that we don't have to warp around to... No. Why should I change my method? It works. Not going to change my method. We're going to warp around till we get in the proper launch position. So... sitting on the launch pad for a full day, practically. Alright, slow down now. Yeah. That shouldn't... So we're not quite at a right angle there. I'm going to go a little further. So what I want is I want the moon at a 90-degree angle to the launch. And that will give us a pretty good interception if we go straight up. So right there. Now, this may or may not be the best way to do this. It seemed to be the best way for me to do it. And so I've been having pretty good luck at these type of moon interception, moon rendezvous type launches. So I am going to go with... Is it time for the countdown? 3, 2, 1, go! Yes! Here we go! Turn our SAS on before I forget. Boy, that's a little wobbly, but it's looking like it's going good. And then right when these solid fuel boosters are about to run out, I'm going to throttle up the main engine, the skipper there. And yay, we completed that contract that we took to be able to launch. At least that got done. Hey, if nothing else, we succeeded in completing one mission. And this is Kurdos' maiden flight, so his first flight is going to be a flyby of the moon. Maybe we'll even orbit the moon. We don't need to orbit the moon for anybody, right? No. Nobody needs an orbit of the moon. Alright, throttling up the skipper. And... oh, well, that was not good. That was not good at all. Okay. That was so terrible. Hopefully we can recover these guys. That skipper's just going to burn and burn and burn. Fortunately, it is pushing the rest of the vessel up. I don't know what's going to happen. It is still kind of going generally the right direction. I'm not touching the controls. That was totally not what I wanted to happen. Now it's just randomly firing in the wrong direction. We should be able to recover these guys and go for a second flight. Oh, except for the fact that we aren't going to have the money to build this engine out again. Rocket out again. Dang it. Well, maybe. Maybe that test... okay. This is not... okay. Whee! Okay. Prograde, please. There we go. Dang. Yeah, that release was terrible. I shouldn't have throttled up the engine. Urgh. Okay, I don't know what to do at this point. And oh man, we're getting close to the end of the stream too, so what happened was the solid thrusters kicked back in and slammed into the main body of the rocket and broke a piece that was in the middle. And so the bottom half of the rocket came loose from the top half of the rocket, but it continued to fire, so it was pushing me up. I was hoping that it would stay stable, but it didn't stay stable enough for me to be able to get the mission pulled off. If it wouldn't have been for, and probably the reason for that is because I throttled up the other engine before I should have. I should have just let those solid boosters float away, or I should have allowed them to stabilize and then then released and then let them float away. Drag is basically the big thing there. So let's gonna go ahead and release that, and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't recover these guys. Hopefully, let's go retrograde. Hopefully we won't have any issues with burning up in the atmosphere because we didn't go too high. We're not going too fast. on reentry at all here, so we'll be able to at least get our tourists back and make a second attempt. Although we are going to probably end up having to take some missions that we don't necessarily want to accept in order to be able to afford another launch. Throw out all the chutes. I'm just going to allow it to warp down all the way and do a splashdown, and we'll cover these guys. Yay, we didn't blow up. At least we don't have to hire a new pilot. If we didn't we haven't failed the tourist mission yet. So we'll have another opportunity to finish that up. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do. We'll probably have to take a few test part missions. We're not going to have enough money to launch because we didn't complete any good mission. I don't think. Unless this one gives us enough money to make another tourbus launch. If we can do another tourbus launch, we might want to consider moving those solid thrusters down a little bit, and possibly putting some struts on them in order to keep them from being so wobbly. That death wobble is what really got us. And splash down. Recover that. There we go. Let's see where we're at with monies wise. Yeah, not really got anything there. Although Kurdos got a bunch of ribbons. That's nice. Splashdown, landing on Kerbal. G-force. Oh, we hit the 3 Gs. Nice. 20% solid fuel. Okay. Let's come in here and see if we have enough money first, real quick. There's probably a readout I could have looked at. Yeah. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. We have enough for another launch because we completed that test mission. Before we go back out on the launch pad, though, let's go see if there's another test part that we can do. Mainsail. Ooh. We could take a mainsail test. Yes. Because that's a part we don't have access to. Like if we come in here, the mainsail, there's the mainsail. We don't even have access to that yet. But because we're taking a test of that, now we can swap out. We have access to the mainsail because we have it as a test part. Nice. Except that puts us over. Oh, that puts us 0.03 tons overweight. Okay, we can fix that easy enough. Yeah, let's just ever so slightly less fuel. Come on, one tick. Ah, no. Maybe we'll do it in the solid booster. Okay, yeah, solid. No, that's the thrust. Can we just? Okay, where can we trim the weight here? I'm gonna trim just a tiny bit of weight off. Maybe if I take the fins off, that would probably work. Oh, I wanted to check. We do have strut connectors. All right, well, we'll take the fins off, and we'll put struts on instead. Since we're going for a straight up launch, as in like straight up and out of the atmosphere. We should be okay. There we go. Hopefully that'll solve our main issue there. And that puts us back under our weight limit. Although we're not going to have those fins for stability. Let's hope that we have enough stability. Save it. Launch it again. Take 2. Now we won't have that crazy wobble on those engines, so when we release them, hopefully they'll just slide away. Nice. Nice and easy like. Alright, let's see if we're still in a good position for launch. We are, since that last mission didn't take any time at all, really. We are in a perfect position for launch, so no need for any of that, actually. Let's hold on here. That's our main engine. And is it a test? Is it a test at a particular... Oh, I gotta be at a particular altitude and speed. Oh, that's a terrible speed to have to be going at that altitude as well. Between, because I can get up to 350. Okay, so I'm not going to probably complete this mission. I'm probably not going to complete that mission, but we did get access to the mainsail, and we did get a little bit more money. So, yeah, we can go ahead and throttle up. That's my 3 things. Alright, let's give this another go. We're just going to go straight up again. Should be okay. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh yeah, no wobble this time. Perfect. Looks like we got a pretty good thrust to weight ratio. I didn't even check that, but... We have science to do? EVA report. No. No. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to do an EVA report right now. That would be bad. So our solid fuel boosters are going to run out at a relatively thick amount of atmosphere. Hopefully they will slide away this time the way I want them to. And we will thrust up and not... Yay! Okay, it works. Alright. We're all in one piece still. We're good. We are actually excellent. That mainsail is getting us up there fast. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to complete that mission right now. We're just gonna to hold off and figure out a way to complete that later. But that's perfect. That gives us a pretty good start to the orbit we want. Oh, there we go. Now we're on the Poodle. That should get us up to our moon encounter. And hopefully we'll have more than enough fuel to spare to get back. I think we'll be okay. Poodle doesn't take a lot of fuel. It has one of the best ISPs, specific impulses. It's good for space. But it'll take a little while for us to get up to our the orbit that we're looking for, or our moon encounter. But at least now that we have our upgraded tracking station, we'll be able to see that encounter and be able to adjust it to get our orbit. So we want to encounter the moon, and then we want to use that encounter to change to an orbit of Kerbal. All kinds of science is happening that we could be doing, huh? Yeah, I'm not worried about the EVA science. Not even worried about it. I just want to complete this tourist mission. Alright, now it's starting to really move. I'm going to throttle down a little bit, so we can get that precise encounter just the way we want it. We should be getting an encounter any moment now. There's our encounter. Okay. Now I'm focusing on the moon so I can see how our orbit is going to be affected. And we want to get it so that we go past the other side of the moon. We don't want to fly out of orbit. There we go. Ha ha! Look at that. Right into a crazy circular orbit. Way out. We could even probably get a Mimnus encounter if we adjust perfectly here. Should we go for a Mimnus encounter? We got plenty of fuel to do it. I think we could do it. I mean, it would get us a little bit of additional prestige and science, and maybe get us some money so that we can start working on some other stuff. So let's see. We'll go normal. Actually, hang on. What I should do. What I should do is attempt to add a maneuver. Can I do a maneuver? Over here? I need to figure out what the defocus button is. I know there's a button to do that, but... There we go. Add a maneuver there. Alright, so if I was to do this, let's go with the maneuver node. Oh man, look at that. That's like almost ideal here. We might be able to get this Minmus encounter to happen. We want to go prograde. Nope. Whoa. Wow. The big amount of difference there. Aha! What? Oh, look at that. And we get the Mimnus encounter. If we can execute this maneuver precisely. Ooh, and that's such a tiny amount of fuel difference too. And is that going to... Yeah, let's do this. Let's do Mimnus encounter. It's crazy. These guys are getting a lot more than what they paid for. They're going to get a lot more than what they paid for. So yeah, we're just going to do a Mimnus encounter for the prestige. And let's go ahead and warp to the node, to the maneuver node. I'm going to turn down the thrust limiter on... Oh, hang on, we got to get there first. Wait till we're out of time warp before I can adjust it. I'm going to turn down the thruster limit on this a lot, because we need to be super precise on this maneuver in order to get it. And then I'm going to slowly get our burn going here. Let's get our proper... Come on. It's coming. It's coming into orbit here. There we go. And... So close. Alright, let's kill that. There we go. There's our Mimnus encounter. Make sure our periaps is still good there. We're good there. We're not going to crash into the moon. Okay, this is going to be insane. This is an insane flight. Double moon encounter, or double moon encounter, because we're going to encounter the moon, and then we're going to go out and encounter Mimnus. This is nice. Alright, let's do that EVA report now. Keep that experiment. Reboard. Alright. Doing good. Okay, so at this point, I think we can just warp through. Ooh, what happened? Did that change? We lost our Minmus encounter. What's going on here? From that tiny change of him getting in and out of the vessel, we lost that Minmus encounter. Really? How can I adjust that? Interesting. So, add a maneuver there. Go forward. Whoa, that. Okay, hang on. We need to focus on Minmus and look at that. Okay. While we adjust this node over here. Come on. Hey. There we go. Adjust this node over here. No, don't add a maneuver. I want to... Oh, I don't want to add a maneuver. I want to... Come on. Give me that maneuver. Dang it. Don't add a maneuver. There. Okay. No. Ah! So annoying. I don't know. That's probably a pretty good encounter. It's good enough encounter anyway. Do we want to just warp to it? Maybe? Maybe. Actually, let's just kill that maneuver. And let's give it a tiny bit of... There we go. Back into counter. Okay, all I do is give it a tiny bit of thrust in the vector we were headed. And... where does that... Oh, it doesn't even show us encounter. It doesn't even show the encounter because that's too far ahead in the future. Alright, so... back to focusing on the moon. On the moon. I'm going to go ahead and... well, let's just warp right into its orbit here. I didn't think to check the electrical charge here. We're okay. We're okay on electrical charge. I didn't bring any extra batteries or solar panels or any of that stuff, so... but it just shouldn't matter too much. Okay, but we can do another EVA report here. And that is going to give us some more science. So, EVA report, keep, reboard, and then we'll go down to the lowest, the closest thing, we'll warp to there. Hello, Mun! Flying over the moon. Okay, so no science to... No EVA report here to worry about. Because we didn't get quite close enough to it. Just fine. Not too worried about it. I just want to get these guys safely back to Kerbin. Eventually. Eventually. Now, we're still good for our for our Minmus encounter. And we won't know how that's going to work out here until we exit the orbit of the moon. Or, well, until we exit our flyby of the moon. So we can go ahead and warp to here. Warp there! And then once we're there, we should be able to see... So yeah, our Minmus encounter's not going to affect our orbit hardly at all. How much close do we actually get? Oh, we barely encounter it. Okay. Well, let's see if we can adjust that so we can get a slightly better... Well, I mean, really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. I mean, we'll just barely encounter it, and that is probably fine. Because we're only going for... the prestige and the little bit of science that we'll get from doing an EVA report when we get there. So maybe we just warp to there. Warp to there. It's only going to take us 12 days. Jeez. 12 days of flying in space. These guys are getting a lot more than what they paid for. We are way out here. Way out there. Kerbal, look at Kerbal, so small. Here comes Mimnus. Here comes Mimnus. And we are there. Deploy all. EVA report. Keep that. Reboard. Collect all up into the pod. Nice. Okay. So as soon as we exit the orbit of Kerbin, we can then bring our periaps down to figure out our landing. We got a ton of fuel left too, so we're gonna have no problem slowing down once we get there. I like it. I like it a lot. Now I could... Yeah, let's just warp to the exit of the Mimnus encounter. Warp here. Actually, warp there. There we go. I'm gonna let that happen. And then once we get out of Mimnus's sphere of influence, we'll turn retrograde and we'll start doing a little bit of burn. So that we can bring our periaps down into the upper atmosphere of Kerbin. We just want to barely skim it, so we want to keep an eye on this number. And of course, I still have the engine's power turned way down, so... Why is that going the wrong way? I'm going retrograde, right? Yes. Are we still technically in... Oh, because we're still... Okay. Warp here. That's better. Well, like, why is it going out the wrong way? That's why. Because we're still in the influence of Mimnus, and it thought we wanted to go retrograde for Mimnus orbit. No. We want to go retrograde for Kerbin orbit. So now it's going to spin around again and point the right direction this time. And now we will start bringing our periaps down, yes. In fact, we don't really need to have that thrust limit anymore, so... Good thing I got back to the map in time. I don't want to go too low with periaps. We want to bring that down just below, between 60 and 70. There we go. That'll just barely skim the atmosphere. And, well, maybe we'll go just a hair more. There we go. One more. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Just to skim the atmosphere. And then now that that's all set up, we could probably warp right up to the atmosphere. Let's do it. I'm like, I should quick save or something like that, but no, we're in hard mode. We don't have those options. Oof, that was fast. There was experiments I could have done, but let's get these guys back safely, and then we'll worry about what to do next. Although, we are at the end of the stream, so we're going to get these guys down safely onto Kerbin, and then we're going to wrap up the stream. If you haven't hit that like button by now, I hope you will, if you've liked what you're watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to help out the channel. All that other stuff. We're going to be doing this again next Saturday. And later today, we're going to be coming back with some Deep Rock Galactic. We're going to be playing, hopefully my wife will be home soon, and we'll be playing that for a couple hours before she has to go to work. So we're actually going to start that in about an hour from now. So we should be bringing our Oops. Let's focus over here. Hi. Focus over. Focus over. Ah, I wish I knew the button to change my focus. Because, yes. There we go. Focus on Kerbin. There we go. Alright, there we go. Bringing that apoapse down real fast. It would be nice to kind of land close to the Space Center. Periapse is okay. We're still in the atmosphere. So. There we go. We are definitely landing now. So I could, by all rights, go ahead and ditch the upper stages of this rocket. Or I mean the lower stages of this rocket. I could ditch this stage at this point. But I think it would probably end up staying in orbit a little bit. Even though it's skimming the atmosphere, if I didn't have focus on it, it wouldn't deorbit. But let's speed this up and see what happens. We're gonna go warp factor 4 here. As we can see, it'd be nice to at least land in on the light side of things, so we're not landing in the dark. Yeah, high altitude flight here. Seriously tempted to ditch this stage, but it could slow us down a lot, so I might want to just hold on to it for now. Nothing to do but watch as we slowly deorbit, which is exactly what you want. Nice gentle deorbitation. Oh, look at that beautiful Milky Way. Isn't that skybox nice? I like it. Lots of stars. There's the moon over there. I'm coming around. We're gonna make it to the light. Gonna make it into the light. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna make it into the light. We should see the sun rise here in a second. Yeah, it's going well this time. We've had some setbacks, that's for sure. Our space program is well, hard mode is hard. We've lost 3 pilots total in our career mode, this career playthrough this time around. Oh, look at that beautiful sunrise. Oh, and that's that looks like, is that Memnus over there? And that's probably Duna in the distance. Probably. Okie doke. Well, definitely coming down in the lit area. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just totally deorbit. I want to see if I can land on that mountain. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow us down. Get out of the map. Need to stage. Stage. Now we should really be slowing down. Oh yeah. I don't think I'm landing on the mountain, but hopefully gonna land on that landmass. Maybe not. Not unless... Well, maybe not. Surface. If we can land on that landmass, that would be just a tiny bit more science that we can achieve. We'll burn off all the fuel from this stage. Hopefully that'll do it. But it's a super gentle re-entry this time. because we had so much leftover fuel. So Tourbus, I think this is like Tourbus version 5, is very successful. We'll be able to use this to get us all the touristy missions completed in the future. I think we might actually make it onto the landmass. Oh, so close, so close. Here, what if we spin out? That works. I think we did land on. We might even land in one of those lakes. That'd be funny. Let's find out. Okay, okay, we can't zoom in any further here. All right, oh, I guess we're landing where we're landing. Yeah, I think we're good. We can probably do the time warp again. Just clicked all of our experiments up just in case. Oh yeah, look, we're going to land right at the edge of the lake, and we get to see this explode. Should see an explosion here any moment now. Maybe. I don't know if we'll be able to see it or if it'll just disappear. Oh nope, we got to see it. Little bit of boom, little bit of boom down there, little boom. Throw out our other parachutes and speed up time again. You know what? Now that the chutes are deployed, we can do a dangerous EVA. EVA report. Keep. Reboard. Ah, yeah, that went very well. I'm pretty well pleased with the with that mission and this version of the Tourbus. I could even add with as much fuel as we had left over. I'm pretty sure I could even add another crew module, crew cabin. Thank you. I could even add another crew cabin, and we could take 4 tourists on one of those big old missions, big long missions, and then because we got plenty of parachutes, I wouldn't have to do much except add another crew cabin, and I think we even had a part left over. But let's slow down as we come in for our final landing. Slow time down anyway. And deploy. Oh, EVA report. Keep that. Yay, we get some new science in a new biome. Always good. And it's time to recover our vessel. Okay. Well, guys, we do have one more tourist that needs to do an orbit of Kerbin. I think we'll be all right with that one. Pretty well, easy. We should be able to complete that pretty easily. I'm saying, just what I'm trying to say. We did get a ton of science from that. 85 science earned from that flyby of Memnus and the Moon, and that was only by doing crew reports and EVAs. We didn't have any other science with us, which is so we'll be able to go and do that again with Bob and be able to collect a bunch of science. So now that we've got the Tourbus, maybe we'll take Bob and our engineer Bill. Maybe we'll take them on a tour of the Moon and Memnus. But that's going to be next time. Next week, tune in if you want to see some more Kerbal Space Program in hard mode. Be sure to turn in next Saturday in the morning around 10 a.m. But we will be back at 1. Yes, back at 1 with some Deep Rock Galactic. And I hope you'll tune in for that, as we'll be playing with some of our friends and our wife, hopefully, if she shows up. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let's finish this up real quick. Let's see what new ribbons that Kurdos got. Kurdos got a bunch of new ribbons. EVA, he got a bunch of EVA stuff, of course. First EVA of Memnus. Oh, nice. Kerbin orbit. First EVA of the Moon. Oh wow, he's got a lot of firsts. Nice. He's always in dangerous EVA missions. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's going to complete this week's. Oh, you know, I probably should spend my science. I totally want to get. Where's the one that gives me the docking port? So I think if I take this one, I'm gonna get. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Just do it. I'm just gonna do it. All right, done. It's done. Science has been spent. So you guys can tune in next week. We should be doing some rescues. Let's check our missions. Yeah. See, rescue Gennard from. There we go. There's our mission for next week. If you want to see me rescue Gennard from orbit of Kerbin, tune in next Saturday in the morning for our Saturday morning stream. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you later.